It teaches you to this constant hammering of this discipline on a daily level. It teaches you to be, to a certain degree, humble, because it's like a little thing that you do without thinking about anything else but itself. There is no other motive. It becomes a point of survival. It's like eating, and then afterward you take the dish and you put the stuff in the garbage and you put it in the sink or the dishwasher. It's like that. No more profound than that. And when it gets to that point, then you start to have the freedom to truly explore, because you have nothing to stop you. And that's the beauty of continuing things over and over and over and over and over again. And the incredible variety, the incredible possibilities I found walked hand in hand. The fantasy of it, the creative fantasy of it. Where am I going to put it? Am I going to put it on the left or on the right? Am I going to make a whole bunch of it? What if it does this, or what if it does that, and what about? And you start to go, you jump into this amazing, limitless amount of possibilities, and then you need to use your head to structure them. And so there, you start to think in formal terms. I've got this little rectangle here. And this rectangle has 4 straight lines that have 4 corners that are like 4 little arrowheads that point out. Okay? So what happens if I put the horizon in the center? What happens? What's the difference between that and putting the horizon on the bottom? You put the horizon on the bottom, it means that you're walking into the painting, you're walking into this landscape and you're conscious of the sky. You put the horizon up on top, you're walking into the landscape and you're conscious of the ground. All those little stupid little things, but that are so important. And what happens with rhythm? I mean, with the incredible rhythm of this, you walk outside right now when there's clouds, and check out those little trees you've got outside there, those piñons and what do you call them? Junipers. They look like little green clouds. So there's always this incredible synergy of shape between the sky and the ground, between all forces of nature. There's a connection, like a connection between a bug and a branch, or wings and a leaf. And so you start to celebrate these connections. And then when that happens, you start looking around. You find them everywhere, man. You can go in the middle of the Sahara, you can go to New York State, you can go to New Mexico, you can go to Timbuktu, you'll find them. And so what that does is that it enriches your experiential sensation of understanding the universe, the world around you anyway. And that's something else to be said also. So it's a fantastic discipline. It's a wonderful discipline. It does require a certain kind of humbleness, and it does require patience, and it does require not thinking too much about it. Because if you're not thinking too much about it, chances are you're going to talk yourself out of doing it. Okay? But if you allow yourself to just go along with the flow and do it, it can truly enrich who you are. And to do that, and this is something else we discussed in class, making art, regardless of when you start. You can start when you're a teenager and you want to become the artist, and so you go to to an art school, then you go to graduate school, then you get your gallery. You can walk that path. Or you can be like my mother, who started painting when she was 70 years old, and she did 242 canvases, had 6 shows, and literally saved her life because she started painting when she had a stroke. And so there was no other reason to paint other than getting it. She could hardly move, but her brain was great and she could move her right hand. So I built her a room at my house, and every day she painted. Every day. She got up in the morning and she painted. And I think that if she lasted like 14 years after that. And I think, and the doctor said that too, that if it wasn't for that discipline of being so damn interested in, and being so excited, tomorrow I'm going to do this, and I had my little kid Aramis was there in the room, and they squeezed the tubes for her, and there was this incredible energy going on. And you know what? I learned a lot from her, because even though I went to all the training and I was painting for a long time, and I was sure and all with all the gravitas that comes along with all that crap, she, like a lot of her work, was infinitely more sincere than mine to a certain degree. she used to talk about sneezing the paint onto the canvas. I thought, wow, what a great concept. Never heard of that one before. And her imagery. And I'll give an example. And because she got up in the morning, she knew that she had to paint. So just like a little kid, what should I play with today? Maybe I'll take this rock and it can become a fire truck. Just like that. What should you paint? And I'll tell you one image that she made that was, just to give you a little bit of a concept of it. She did a painting of Van Gogh. She knew a lot about our life because we used to run an art store in Italy, even though she never physically did it. And she's the one that encouraged me to paint when I was a kid. So she used to love Toulouse-Lautrec and Van Gogh and Gauguin, and she used to love this guy named Cironi and Picasso, and Modigliani, and well, I don't know, Titian. She did a painting of Van Gogh, this big, like that. And it looked like Van Gogh with the red hair. Actually, it looked a little bit more like, who's the guy that played him?
Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas. Kind of a Kirk Douglas Van Goghian type. With like the red scraggly beard, the crazy hair, and a straw hat, and a pipe. And it was Van Gogh dressed up like a fireman. And he had a fire hat on. And he had like a fireman's outfit on. And he was holding on to this hose. In front of Van Gogh was a green background with these little freaky dots. And like atmosphere. And in front of him was a cow that was floating upside down with its tail on fire. Okay, and Van Gogh was putting out the cow with this hose, but instead of water, had cherries coming out. Now, what is that? Jesus Christ, this is my mother. I was like, 80 years old. That was a very strange realization. That just gives you like a little bit of a clue as to the wonderful freedom. There's something that represents, I don't know, you may call it many things, but that's, so to a large degree, actually, I never even thought of it until now, that she really did do the same thing. She did a painting a day, every day. It's a cool thing. And I have a friend named Oleg Kalfania, who's a fantastic sculptor. He's actually one of the best sculptors, just best, literally that. I mean, his work is magnificently done. It's incredibly inventive. It's loaded with meaning. It's exceedingly formal. It's symbolic. It's elegant. And all the really cool adjectives glued together. And he's a total nut. This guy. He's an Armenian, and his trip is Achille Gorky. Not so much the art, but Achille Gorky, the intensity of Gorky, hung himself, with barbed wire.